Hey guys, I am so sorry that I'm late. I had this video uploaded in the wrong format, and StreamYard doesn't accept certain formats, so I had to render it again in the right format. So that's why I'm late. So we're gonna start this video with me saying to you that I have a video going out on both channels, but on this channel, SL Davis Social Media News, there will be a premiere of another jail message that Natureboy sent on Sunday. He's not happy with us. He's very angry. And I think that also ties into why True didn't do that second interview on Sunday, which was yesterday, because of Natureboy being very angry at the community and what's being said about him. And I think that he stopped True from going on to Nique's at Nite's channel because he was mad and he was trying to get that girl back. So he said, let's embarrass her. She'll set up the interview and you will tell her that you're not going to come to the interview. And, it is kind of embarrassing for a commentator to set up a live, have people thinking that it's going to happen. You put up a thumbnail, a time for people to come, and then, the person at the last minute says that they're not going to do the interview. So we're going to see that video today, the premiere, and what Natureboy had to say. And, let's put two and two together. We all have common sense. I think that it really has something to do with Natureboy being mad. But I don't understand how. So he didn't go to the interview. He left her hanging, which is kind of messed up. But I'm talking with y'all now because I'm trying to wait for people to come in the room because I know y'all got the notifications probably at 2:00, and I'm running really late, which it sucks because I gotta cook, and I was trying to be off of here by 3:00, and I'm gonna have to be on here for about a good hour now doing this live stream commentary live streams. Excuse me. As y'all come into the room, make sure y'all hit that like button, and we can begin. And make sure that you are here on SL Davis Social Media News at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to see the live stream of what Natureboy had to say. Sunday wasn't a good day for Natureboy. He called from jail, and he had a little 1 minute and 20-second moment on that phone with True. And, the interview didn't happen. But let's get into this video. And again, this is a live stream commentary. So let's get into it.
I'm not about to be a willing participant in an attention battle. I'm not doing it. So I'm not doing no more interviews with nobody that I'm not doing no more interviews. We're gonna stay right here. We're gonna mind our business, and we're gonna continue to focus on what really matters. We're gonna educate people. We're gonna educate.
Ooh. Samantha, this is the first part of it. This is the first part of what True had to say. But you're going to see the premiere of why we now know why he declined to do the second interview with Nique at night. Because Natureboy is in bad spirits. He don't like what people are saying with him out on these streets. And when you hear what he says in the premiere at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you're going to understand why True did not Sunday, which was the same day Natureboy called True from prison. You're going to understand why True did not do that second interview. Natureboy either told him, do not go on that interview, or because Natureboy is his Messiah and his God, and it upsetted him what people are saying, and they have very little concern about, his freedom, where he's at, why he's in there, and they just want to do interviews. He, I guess, feels I'm not going to do the interview out of loyalty to Natureboy. It's either one of the two things. Either True did it out of the loyalty to Natureboy. He already knows Natureboy is upset. So why would I go on to the second interview? That'd be like I'm betraying Natureboy, or Natureboy told him not to go. But understand this: 9 times out of 10, Natureboy probably told him not to go on Nique at Night's second interview. But True's making it seem like it was a decision he made as a man. And we know that everything that's being done, the downloads now, him being on these apps, you know, putting in 2, 3, 4 hours and teaching the knowledge is all controlled and orchestrated by Natureboy in prison. Nobody is still running the show but Natureboy. The ones that are still in that house that they allegedly was evicted from, which are the women and True, he is still running them from a distance in prison. Period. Point blank.
In ourselves, we're gonna learn, we're gonna grow, and we're gonna become better.
Hey, Salma. Hey, black female.
I'm not getting involved in this clout, bro. I'm really not. I'm done. I'm not about to offer myself up, because I have to value myself first, bro. No, bro. I'm not doing it. I can't do it, bro. I can't. What's going on, Supreme Goddess?
What's up with you? Yeah, I feel you. Like, it's all recycled information. Like, before I even came on here, I used to follow you guys on like YouTube and stuff, and it was just like, what's good? Like, it's like you have to dumb yourself down. Why even put yourself through that? I mean, it's a learning experience.
I really want to give everybody an opportunity to learn. I really don't want to be indifferent about anybody, because I feel like everybody needs to hear the knowledge, but it's like, you know, the people that are attracted to the knowledge will be attracted to it, and the people that are attracted to the clout, that's what they'll be attracted to. And I just know that platform is not a platform for intellectuals. That platform is not a platform that is hungry for knowledge, and I'm not about to. No, I'm not doing it, bro. I can't. It's nothing personal. It's nothing against nobody. It's just a decision that I made, and all of the signs was leading up to me not doing it. The times were pushed back. The videos that I seen she had posted, one of the titles was "The Night Owls Let True Have It." I'm like, what kind of video was that? Like, what kind of? Out of all the things I said in that interview about the holographic universe, about melanin, about your hair, you clipped the night owls being disrespectful to me. You didn't clip the melanin aspect. You didn't clip the quantum physics aspect. You didn't clip the astrology aspect. I'm not about to be I'm not about to offer myself up to be utilized for clout. I'm not doing it, bro.
I know that's right.
I can't, man. I can't. You know, it's nothing against her. You know, whatever she does with the content, that's fine. Whatever Tasha K does with the content, they have to live with it. I can't control what people think about me. What I can control is who I give my energy to. And I'm not, if you don't see Farrakhan sitting down with anybody, like just anybody. You don't see Dr. Umar sitting down with just anybody. When you have a certain, he's understand that you're a quality person, you deal with quality people, and I realized that I was doing it to myself by even going over there. And I'm gonna stay in my own lane and my own business, and focus on what really matters, man. Because I can't do it. I could just see it in the comment section. Nobody wanted to know anything of any great significance. I guarantee you.
Named Michael Jackson. But it's that's one of my.
Let me just say something to you. Don't let True fool you. He was sent over there. Natureboy is desperate right now. He wants all the publicity he can get, but positive. He wants people, because the courts are not gonna deem them competent enough to stand trial and be the witnesses. So he wants from afar, because he knows people are watching, his members, True, Zoka, Malia, to be able to get on other people's YouTube platforms that get views, so that the people who are watching, which is the FBI and the police, DA, whoever are taking notes on what's going on, he's thinking that they're going to use that as credible evidence that he's innocent, that the community and his family is saying all positive stuff about him, and that it can't be possible that the charges that were against him are true. That's the way Natureboy thinks in his head. But True is fronting and perpetrating a fraud because he knows that Natureboy sent him over there. True is a difficult brother. There's no way with True's character that he would say, if Nique at Night invited him over to her platform, that he would make a sound decision on his own and say, okay, well, she invited me, so I'm going to go over there. No. He had to get permission from Natureboy. Natureboy is in prison. And Natureboy gave him the green light, and he went. It didn't work in his favor. And he told Natureboy what was said or what's being said. And Natureboy is pissed off. Now, it's funny, and I'm going to say this again. Sunday was the prison call. Natureboy said in about a minute and 20 seconds, almost, it felt like an hour worth, because he was so mad. Everything he said it in 1 minute and like 20 seconds. But that whole time that he was on that call, you could tell he's not very happy at how people are viewing him. And the only ones that could be going back telling him what people are saying and how people are viewing Natureboy is True, Zoka, Efru, Malia, and Aya. They are the messengers. And whoever went back and said something to trigger Natureboy on Sunday, Natureboy, in my opinion, ordered True not to go on that second live, because he looked at it like, this ain't working in my favor. I told you to go over there, True, the first time for publicity, so that, it's a positive, affirmation. You're talking good about me. So when they're watching, they're recording and taking notes, and I'm looking like the good guy. But when True talked to him on Sunday, they must have told him, nah, man, it worked against us. She's clowning us. So Natureboy got pissed off because, okay, if everything went well the first time and it was a positive outlook after the interview, he would have wanted True to go back on there on Sunday. But when he talked to True on Sunday from prison, what information they gave back to Natureboy, Natureboy was pissed off. And that's why True did not go on that interview.
How this getting that
Listen, man, I gotta speak on this. Me personally, I don't condone in pets, because I feel like it's an extension of slavery, and I think that all animals belong free in nature and not behind a cage. Because the reason why we're able to put pets in a cage is because we deem them to be inferior, and that's the same perspective that
he's being a hypocrite right here. How can you talk about pets being put in a cage and this, that, and the other, but when you guys do something that Natureboy thinks is disrespectful, he puts you guys in corners and closets. So it's this, and you're a human, and that's inhumane. But because you're brainwashed, you think an animal shouldn't be in a cage, but you should be, as a human, in a corner or put in a closet. When you was over at Cookie's house and it wasn't enough room, Natureboy's explanation for why you were put in the closet was because it's not enough room. Okay? Stop it, True. Stop it. You're up here trying to check a man for what he's doing in his house, but a man Sunday made you not go to an interview that you probably would have went to, even if she was talking down on you. You still would have went to that interview. Natureboy ordered you not to. And that's just my opinion. Because it's kind of funny how the same day Natureboy had a little spasm on the phone from prison, that was Sunday, That's the same day you didn't go to that interview. So your master told you not to, is how I looked at it.
White people had on black people is that in order to be able to enslave somebody, you must reduce them down to an inferior level. I believe that all creatures upon the earth are actually on the same plane, even though we may have different abilities. I don't think that no animal but belong in a bowl. I don't think no animal but belong in no type of contraption. I think that all animals belong free in nature. That is me.
Yeah, I believe in I understand that because actually, like, I'm working on something right now where, like, him a bigger enclosure, whatever. He has his own room, but I had to keep him separate because he's not that friendly.
Nature.
Sometimes, like with my other animals, so we have to like keep them separate. But I'm actually working on it. See, part of the project that what I'm talking about is like that. What I say about calculation. I'm creating a new breed of cats, and when I breed him with this other species of cat that I have, I'll be able to sell them for like 50 grand a piece. That's going to be like it's a new breed, a new hybrid breed that I'm working on. I've been in the process of it for 2 years, but that's what I mean by calculation.
I know,
I'm
right?
like, over the last 2 years,
Why True look like
I ain't make no money off of them, but
he lost it.
I gotta believe. That's what I'm saying. I agree with that part. Like, I got to believe. I really believe it's going to happen.
Would you believe that a few hundred years ago, slave owners was having this same conversation about us?
Yeah, that's I already know. We ain't even supposed to be over here.
That's interesting how we express what was done to us onto the animals. And that just lets you know that we haven't done any healing, regardless of the amount of money or the status we've achieved in this world. When I see that cat behind the cage, I see myself behind the cage.
You are
and
behind
I
the cage.
Hear your justification for doing it, and I realize.
True, you are behind the cage. You're behind the cage just like that cat. And you don't even realize it. You literally are a grown man, but you have been adopted by a cult leader named Nature Nut, who is like your father, and you're the son. And he tells you what to do, and you still do it, even though you have your freedom and he doesn't. He still is able to tell you what to do. I don't understand it. And I'm going to keep going back to, I know, True, that you didn't go to that interview with Nique at night because Natureboy was mad. He don't like what's being said on these streets. He had a little hissy fit and he told you not to go. So you didn't want to be dishonorable, so you didn't go. You are behind the cage too. He want to be behind that cage. That is crazy. He's wild, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop it. But let's hear him clown some more, because I'm gonna keep breaking it all the way down. Every time I hear him talk about enslaved and in cages, you're in one too, and you're being enslaved.
That it's parallel with the same conversation a slave master would have had a few hundred years ago, saying that, I didn't make any money off these Negroes, and we're actually thinking about breeding some more. And it just strikes me at how we're still displaying the same behavior that we speak out against as far as white supremacy is concerned. And it's a form of domestication, because that cat is going to now shut off its genes.
No disrespect, dumpling. And this is no disrespect. We can agree to disagree. I don't think she was doing too much either. I feel as though she's a commentator, and it's almost like the news. You have to be up to date on what's going on next. And she's like, I am. People say I do too much. People say I talk too much. I'm loud. I'm this. I'm that. But this is what I do on my channel. If I choose to still document Natureboy, because I don't care if he's in jail or not, his disciples, like I said before, put a Y in the chat. Even if Natureboy took 30 days off, there was times Natureboy on social media would disappear. He never is gone. He said it. It is designed this way. He has set it up where he has them for content. He has them to do his downloads. True is Natureboy. One mind, one self. Get what he says when he says that. True is Natureboy. Zoka is Natureboy. Efru is Natureboy. Malia is Natureboy. Natureboy has not gone anywhere. Until we get rid of these people and they get like the brothers did that were over in that camp, like Solar, Royal, Musa, and they gave up on them, until we get them to get like that, there's going to always be something to talk about every single day that they put up some content, trying to switch our brains over to thinking that they're great people because now they're speaking the knowledge and Natureboy's in jail. I don't think that Nique at Night was doing too much at all. I think she was doing her job. People have to understand that. If you're a commentator, do your commentating. You can't, and it's a full-time job, just like a job. It's a job. And she's doing her job. The last time True was on Nique at Night's page, he tried to take her page over. He wanted to talk about the knowledge, and he knows that she brought him onto her channel to talk about the situation with Natureboy. Ain't nobody want to hear about no knowledge. We want to hear, why is Natureboy in jail? Give us an update of what they're going to do with him. Is he getting out anytime soon? That's all we want to know. We don't want to hear about no knowledge, because y'all wasn't talking about no knowledge 4 weeks ago before he got locked up. Y'all was doing trifling stuff, and it was cute then. It was real cute until we got locked up. She even posted this every day. I don't know. I think she's just being a great commentator. You know, everybody, if that's the case, everybody's doing too much. You got commentators that straight up make announcements that they're never putting up another video again. And, you know, and they use the subliminal, this community, you know, we as people, and I'm getting away from this mess over here in this community. And then now they done went crazy with interviewing and uploading. Nique at Night ain't doing no more than any other channel holder, including myself. I'm throwing myself with the crabs in the barrel too. I don't look no better than nobody else. I do the same thing that Nique at Night does. The only thing she does different is she covers different content on different people. But I think she was doing her job. Exactly, Pretty Smoke. He very much so. He's very on her platform. She could have got ignorant, figuring I don't have nothing to lose because he came up here and he showed out. She still let him speak what he wanted to talk about. I would have been like, no, you didn't come up here for that, True. He almost tried to take over he did. He tried to take over the interview. And respectfully, she didn't get Gangsta with him. But I'm glad he didn't choose her, I think. Yeah, but I respect you, Dimple. I just want to say that. I still love you, boo. I still love you, boo. But yeah, I don't think she was doing too much. There's people in this sector that, like I said, they left, was gone for months. And now they're just going insane with the content. You can't stop them. And they're not even monetized. So you just doing all this, and it takes a lot of work to keep up with this content every day, 7 days a week. It's a lot of hours a day. You ain't even getting paid for your efforts. So she's getting paid for her efforts. So she's not doing too much. She's working. That's probably her full-time job, and that's probably what's taking care of her and her daughter. So she's not doing too much. I got to defend her on that. She's not even in this sector, but I have to defend her on that. You know? I would be wrong to sit there and throw salt on her because the girl's just doing her job. That's it. Great interview. She don't put the right, exactly. I like this. Nique is a great interviewer. She don't put her emotions in play. Right, exactly. And I respect it too, because even when Tasha K, and that's her sector, even when Tasha K was getting out of control, she let you know straight up, I'm a commentator too, and I agree with you guys. I'm feeling what you're feeling, and I'm on the side with the Tasha K. This is our sector. She's not representing what we stand for. Her behavior is not representing what we stand for in this sector as commentators. So she's very neutral, but if you wrong, she gonna tell you about yourself. And you know what I'm saying? It's not that she's trying to throw no salt or nothing. I don't think that girl is a demon. I don't think that she has like her intent is evil. I don't look at her like that. I don't. And she's a commentator like me. There's people in my sector, I could sit here all day and talk like you better pay attention to these MFs. You better pay attention to these MFs over here. Those are the ones you need to be doing the side eye with. Trust and believe. That's why I don't get all personal with these people. I don't do no collabs with them. I stay over here on my channel and mind my business. Because they two-faced. Everybody in this sector that try to become friends ended up backstabbing each other. I stay out of it. This is I get that. Okay, so let me get on with this. Seems like, yeah, and I get what you're saying though too, Dimple, because you know, she doesn't really do Natureboy content. So people probably did get offended saying, why are you coming over to this small little sector taking our little views? You know what I'm saying? You know, people could look at it like that, but I don't know. You know, this content's here for everybody. And it's enough to go around. So, you know, that's how I look at it. But Dumpling, I love you, baby girl.
That it would have needed to survive in the quote unquote wow. And the same thing is happening to us as a people. The longer we stay in this system is the more our genes go silent and we actually become adaptable and domesticated to this environment when we don't belong here at all. It's similar to a dolphin being in SeaWorld. That dolphin will deactivate and silence genes that it would have otherwise needed in the ocean. So that's why I'm not an advocate for pets, because it's gene silencing as well as slavery.
Yeah, I think I was watching. Did y'all have like a turtle in a tank or something like that?
Yeah, and that turtle ran away.
Yeah, they had a turtle in the tank. But see, Natureboy's in jail now, so let's throw Natureboy under the bus and say, watch him how he disassociates himself with that turtle that was in the tank, because he did have a turtle in the tank. But go ahead.
I mean, but y'all had it though.
I didn't have nothing.
Oh, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? I can't. You know what I'm saying? I personally don't have pets. I don't have pets.
Yeah, but like even when you look at if you look at with my character, if you look at the characters in the wild, if you see like you go on Discovery Channel, whatever, you look at their health, you look at their build, they're usually skinny. They live in the Sahara Desert. They're dehydrated. They eat like by 2 pounds in leg quarters a day. You know what I'm talking about? He got all the want in there. He got two, well, only two. I ain't say all of them, but he got 2 inches in there. When he finally gets sexually mature, he turns 2 years old, like in July. When we hope he gets sexually mature soon, but he's doing better than the ones that are actually in the Sahara Desert. He has a life.
But who's to say that that's their natural environment? You know, I think that slave master.
As a man, that's not your natural environment to be where you're at with Natureboy, letting a grown man from jail order you to do things like he's in your presence. What's wrong with you?
looked at our indigenous state and perceived it as something that it wasn't, and actually felt as if they was giving us a better opportunity by allowing us to be in the European system. I don't think that it's possible to justify an animal being in an unnatural environment regardless of the food they may have, because there's lions in the zoo right now that get fed a lot of meat on a regular basis and they don't have to go nowhere. But that's not a lion's highest capacity. A lion's highest capacity is free in the wild, regardless of, you know, whether or not the cage is climate control. We could do a lot of justification for the things that we're doing. We could talk about, oh, the dolphins love it at SeaWorld. You know, the water's clean through a reverse osmosis system.
Like, I disagree with killer whales. I disagree with putting things like killer whales in tanks or dolphins. I don't agree with that at all. I just, it's something about cats with me. Cats have people, even back in Egypt, the pharaohs kept cats. The same cat that I got, pharaohs had them. They got them all on the hieroglyphics. That was their pets. Cats have always been domesticated since the beginning of mankind.
But that doesn't mean that it's right. Sometimes we take Egypt for more than it's actually worth. Just because they did it in Egypt does not mean they was absolutely removed from doing something wrong. The actual beginning of Egypt's downfall is when they began to disassociate themselves with the natural way of things. So we don't want to look at Egypt as the quote-unquote standard for living, because had they been the standard of living, they would still be here today.
I mean, we can say that, but like, I know even in the Quran, it's one thing. Like, they're like I'm Muslim, but the even in the Quran, they say when they look at humankind, it's a verse. That I said, they said, like, have you looked at the end to
this man's phone's about to go dead, so we're not gonna, the dude with the glasses, because I'm so sick of hearing him. But he's another one like True, trying to make something make sense. Shut up. But I'm gonna let him finish off because his phone's about to go dead, or at least he said it, because True kept jumping on him about keeping that cat in the cage, even though he's in the cage. True's in the cage.
Every civilization before you, do you think that your civilization is going to be any different? It seems like every civilization that every human civilization that ever existed seems like it's going to come to an end regardless.
It will, because civilizations aren't necessary. The only thing that's necessary is for humanity to live in harmony with the ecosystem that's already present. So to create your own civilization in opposition to the flow of the ecosystem that's here is ignorant. So my thing is that when we, regardless of what the Quran says, or regardless what the Bible says, or regardless what may be painted on hieroglyphics, we can just objectively connect to the animals as sentient beings and say that I wouldn't want to be behind a cage or in a tank. So let's not put animals in a cage or in a tank. Regardless of the methods that we choose to use to justify it, I also want to reassert that the slave master justified the enslavement of Africans through similar means. I don't think that there's any justifiable reason to take an animal and put it in a simulated environment for your pleasure or for your profit. I'm not an advocate for it.
Okay, so let's say you find because like I don't take animals from the wild. These are captive bred animals. These animals, if they were placed into the wild, they wouldn't even survive. They are bottle fed by humans since day one.
Because he's
if I was to take him
what I'm saying is that we still, because we messed up, then we would have to let nature take its course. But just because the animals wouldn't survive because of what we did through domestication doesn't mean that we should further promote the domestication. We have to let nature take its course and let the ecosystem recalibrate itself.
I mean, so you would say if you was in my position, you would take him, Michael Jackson, and you would send him to the Sahara and let him go.
No, I would free myself from that karma of perpetuating the activity that I will eventually have to pay for.
So you would let him go in the Sahara, like he wouldn't survive in America.
I would just release myself from that. That's what. Appreciate that, Joker. I would just release myself from that karma. I think his phone died. All right, King Key. Let's see if we got an echo. I think we good now. Yeah, you should be good to go. I don't hear no echo.
Okay, what up with you though? What up, King Kai? What up with you?
What's good, God?
No, you was making some valid points though, because I'm the same way. I don't have any pets or anything like that, because you know they thrive better in their natural habitats. So that's only like logical and common sense way that. And a lot of people understand the universal laws we have when it comes to those things, like the first basic principle, the mind. You know, thinking, but you do stuff like that, you might have as a reincarnation back to the bad boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you're dealing with the law of cause and effect, and people think that they get to escape the laws of the universe through justification. Like it doesn't matter how much money you're making. It doesn't matter if that animal ain't gonna survive. It matters that you're practicing enslavement, and regardless of what form it's in. So that's what people have to look at. In order to determine what's right and wrong, we just simply have to look at the root cause of what we're doing and stop trying to cover it up with exemptions and excuses.
So what I don't understand, please make this make sense. Somebody in the comment section, what is different than what you're going through? Because you're going through modern slavery with a black man, because the stuff that he got you guys over there doing is inhumane. And that's why he's in jail right now. He's not in jail because he's an innocent man. There's a few people around the world in all states that are in jail and they are not guilty. They are innocent. But Natureboy is not innocent. Natureboy is very much so guilty. And even if what was said was lies, which what was may have said be a lie is wrong, he carries himself in a manner that it can be believable because of what he's showing us on social media. Yes, True is delusional, and he was probably delusional before he got over the Natureboys, and then now he's on delusion on steroids. True has issues. True has that look that people get when they're going cuckoo. Hate to say it, that's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. True has checked out, he's burnt out, and he wants to make people think he has life under control, and he doesn't. Because God saved you, the real God. Because if they did not take Natureboy when they took him, Natureboy was only going to get worse, and he was only going to treat you guys worse. I saw, because I have it on my channel, and I will pull it up the next time I go live, when you were blocking people in a chat that y'all was on social media. Did y'all see that video when he hit the phone out of True's hand? Put a Y in the chat. Don't know God go around hitting phones out of people's hand and doing it on live so people can see and you get clowned. People don't do that, True. But you're gonna have to learn the hard way. And I hope that they don't come the FBI and snatch you up next, saying that you are his co-defendant. Because you're doing a lot of talking when you should really be quiet this could be harmful to his case. And y'all are up here saying too much.
If I do it this way instead of, you know, you can't do it like that at all.
Yeah, when he slapped the
I became me and my wife, like, we got out the grid often. We pretty much have a sea moss business, crystal jewelry, so we pretty much been self-employed for a long, long time, just doing what we love. You know what I'm saying? And just spreading knowledge and content to people.
I wouldn't sell anything though, because the act of selling things is actually something that's not in alignment with nature. So when it comes to what we're about, for everybody that's unfamiliar, for people that, you know, don't know who I am, that don't know who Chief is, that don't know who Natureboy is, the Three God is, we model ourselves after nature. And so the way we determine what's right or what's wrong is we look at the rest of the millions and trillions of creatures on this planet. And so when we talk about selling things, nothing in nature sells anything. Everything in nature works interdependently on behalf of something else. The tree yields fruit, berries, nuts, whatever it may be, for the consumption of something else. The tree ain't holding on to the fruit talking about some it's $4.99 for these apples. No, the tree literally just exists for the sole purpose of sustaining something else. And what it is designed to sustain, whether it be insects, animals, reptiles, you know, amphibians, whatever, humans, those creatures are also interconnected with the sustainability of the tree. So the natural economy, the natural exchange, is simply living in tune with each other. And when I say each other, I'm not just talking about humans. I'm talking about trees. I'm talking about aquatic animals. I'm talking about the birds of the air, everything. So when I take food from the earth, I don't have to sell anything to the tree to get the fruit.
But let's not talk about you taking food from the earth, because y'all been talking about for about a good 5 years about living off the land, and y'all are still going to the same supermarkets I go to. Matter of fact, you didn't upgrade it. You eating meat now, and you going to probably the same liquor store I go to. So, you know, you need to stop talking like this, because you sound like a hypocrite, True.
The tree is there. The earth is there for me. This is literally the Garden of Eden that we walk upon every day, but act like it's some type of fable or fantasy in the Bible that we can only dream of. We're literally walking on the Garden of Eden because it's 63,000 supermarkets in the United States alone. And all of the food that those supermarkets use to sell and make a profit, that food is.
Hey guys, as y'all come in the room, welcome to the 202 people that are in here. Please make sure you show some support and hit the like button on your way in. And if everyone in the chat could also hit the like button, that would be greatly appreciated. I promise you the likes are free. Thank you.
Coming from the earth would let you know how the magnitude of abundance that the earth will give us and keep giving us if we live in harmony with it. So the notion that we need money is a falsehood. We don't need money. We just need to be in harmony with the very thing that is sustaining our life. I don't recommend selling anything. The only thing I recommend is living in harmony with nature. When you get food from the earth, you owe the earth back a payment. Nothing is free. I don't ever want to say nothing is free, but nothing costs money. You don't have to swipe a debit card on the tree and get a receipt or fill out a W-2 for how much fruit you got from the earth. That don't matter. What I owe back to the earth is what naturally comes out of me. So I'm infinitely rich as long as I'm in alignment with the true universal exchange. When I eat fruit, it turns into exactly what the tree needs back to give me back more food. I don't have to consciously digest my food. I don't have to sit there and turn my stomach and chew my food up with my stomach and make sure it go through my intestine. No, that I'm already in alignment with a natural process. All I have to do is give my urine and my fecal matter back to the earth, which is not waste. It's not waste when it's actually nutrients for the earth to give you back what you need.
Too much information.
We live in a world where we flush it
Too
down the
much
plumbing
information.
system, and that plumbing system acts as a barrier between us and the relationship we're supposed to have with the earth. So selling something. Hold on real quick. Never mind. Selling things is not necessary. It doesn't make any sense.
But this is what we use. This is when words come into place. Man, that's why the Kabbalah is the beautiful thing, knowing that you have the mind of God, that you are God in physical form. You're exchanging energy. At the end of the day, you exchange energy. The paper don't exist, but the energy that
Let's don't make that. Okay, let's never care. Hold on.
So, beauty behind it is changing behind, like, say you solving someone's problem, whether it's a health issue or something like that. We're exchanging energy. We're not selling the love we put in certain things. You're exchanging energy. See what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The natural energy yield. But when a person put too much emphasis on, I got to sell this with that, now you're operating in lack. Now you're going way to a whole nother realm. Now you're stealing. You know what I'm saying? So just using the word selling, shouldn't use that word, but we exchange energy because we are a holistic company. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that knowledge people don't have for themselves naturally. You provide knowledge. If you want to purchase things, that's up to you. But you give information more than anything. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I just don't believe that.
Not at all.
I don't think money should be our motive to do anything, and I don't think we should act like money is the primary means of survival when it's not. It's actually a medium of exchange that we use to get the resources that we actually need. I mean, because if you had access to all of your resources, there would therefore be no need for money. Money is actually only present because it shows us how far removed we are, that we can't even trust each other to share the abundance that's on the earth. If we literally shared the earth, there would be no need for real estate. There would be no need for money. There would be no need for none of that, because we would know that like you said, that the notion of lack is what causes people to feel like there's not enough. And so that's why money is present. But when you know that there's an abundance, it wouldn't be no need for money. Just take what you need and give the rest away. There's plenty of space for human beings to have as much land as we need. We just need to share the earth. It's that simple.
Yeah. A lot of folks, they consider that balance. Remember, we got this also. We have two sets of people walking around now. You got conscious, vibrational folks.
Right, because I feel like they don't need donations if they grew their food and they lived off the land. They're not living off the land. That's why they're up there doing them donations on Instagram and on the big B, as I call it. I don't like to I shouldn't even be throwing out social media names, but yeah, they're asking for donations. They're not living off the land. They're going to the same supermarkets that we're going to. You know, they're acting civilized because the person who was deranged is gone. The person who fueled all the foolishness is gone. So now you guys have to be your true self, because you don't have nobody egging you on to do no stupid stuff. Simple as that. Don't make no sense.
I want to be in perpetual balance with nature. You got a nice majority of the numbers that they don't know if they're coming or going, or what I say, got their head in the sand. So until those numbers make the decision that you do that, it's gonna be a hard thing. Then we got people pulling the strings in the midst of that, you know. But all that stuff is collapsing anyway, so it's already going towards how the nature in the first place.
Oh, you shut up.
But I want to address two things. One, I seen Seth say that, but people would abuse it. You need order, money brings order. That's not true. That's only your limited perspective of how you've seen human beings behave thus far. But the only reason human beings behave that way is because we live in an environment where there's not an abundance. When there's an abundance, people don't behave the way that you're referring to. It's actually a response to an environment that is lacking resources. People can't take too much from the earth because it's too much. The earth has a lot. It's way more than enough for everybody. And the only reason people feel the notion to take more than they deserve is when they think that it's not enough. But once human beings get in tune with the magnitude of abundance, people wouldn't respond that way. people would not have no notion to think that there would not be enough for them. So therefore, they would be programmed by the environment to take what they need and just give the rest away and share. So we're talking about a matter of speculation of life as seen from inside the reality that you currently exist in, but not the grand scheme of what's actually possible. And I also wanted to say, I wanted to comment on something that you said, but I think it might have slipped my mind. But I'll come back to it. There was something that you said that I wanted to talk about, but it's okay.
Yeah, you hit that on the nail. A lot of people, the fear of the unknown, the steps they take to do that. A lot of people are scared just to make that step. You know? We grow our own food where we live, and we have enough land to do things like that. Our own water stores, you know what I'm saying? Silos. That's a consideration of what taking ridicule by people like, you do this, or you should do the traditional way. It's like, nah, I like the freedom I have, you know what I'm saying? They run outside, they don't worry about nobody taking anything.
Or he could give the donations to the shooting victims. Let's put praying hands up for them. I think it was in Buffalo, New York. 13 people were shot and killed, senseless. He can give those donations over there. That just happened a couple of days ago. Because, you know, you guys are taking these donations so that we work and you stay home and not work. And I don't think that that's fair.
We gotta run grocery stores so we can go to the backyard. You know what I'm
saying? The only thing that stands between humanity and a utopia is fear. That's it. If we could bypass the fear that there's not going to be enough food, or there's not going to be enough water, or there's not going to be enough land, we could literally establish a utopia on the earth. Trust me, there's more other creatures on the planet than human beings. So people who think that there's not going to be enough space does not understand the magnitude of the earth and its landmass. The earth is huge. It's only 7 billion people on the planet. How much space do you? I know that sounds like a lot, but how much space do you? Yo, do the research. I think that all of humanity could. One of the titles was.
Ooh, I'm way back here.
It's too much.
You know what, Olsen? I'm sorry, I had hit the wrong button. They don't care about real life events at all. They have. I don't know if they were like this prior to going to carbonation. They don't care about nothing but believing in Natureboy. It's almost like they're numb, like they're not human, like they're robots. I don't get a sense of any type of genuine compassion for another human being out of True. I don't. I feel like he doesn't have a soul.
The earth has a lot. It's way more than I need, and just give the rest away and share. So we're talking about a matter of speculation of life as seen from inside the reality that you currently exist in, but not the grand scheme of what's actually possible. And I also wanted to say, I wanted to comment on something that you said, but I think it might have slipped my mind. But I'll come back to it. There was something that you said that I wanted to talk about, but it's okay.
Right.
Yeah, you hit that on the nail. A lot of people, the fear of the unknown, the steps they take to do that. A lot of people are scared just to make that step. You know? We grow our own food where we live, and we have enough land to do things like that. Our own water stores, you know what I'm saying? Silos. That's a consideration of what taking ridicule by people like, you do this, or you should do the traditional way. It's like, nah, I like the freedom I have, you know what I'm saying? They run outside, they don't worry about nobody knocking their door, taking anything. Like I'm saying, we gotta run grocery stores so we can go to the backyard. You know what I'm saying?
The only thing that stands between humanity and a utopia is fear. That's it. If we could bypass the fear that there's not going to be enough food, or there's not going to be enough water, or there's not going to be enough land, we could literally establish a utopia on the earth. Trust me, there's more other creatures on the planet than human beings. So people who think that there's not going to be enough space does not understand the magnitude of the earth and its landmass. The earth is huge. It's only 7 billion people on the planet. How much space do you? I know that sounds like a lot,
I know that's
but how much
what's
space
happening in New York.
do you? Yo, do the research. I think that all of humanity could fit inside of Florida.
You see what they did? The map on Australia, right? You see what they did with Australia as far as the landmass? They calculated like, man, it's so much stuff being hoarded by people that's control. Like a small amount of people are hoarding large amounts of lands and resources. And they did the scale of how damn near 8 billion people in the world, 7 billion people. Let me see, how did they do it? It's like a couple of acres where everybody can fit damn near in a landmass in Australia without taking everything. Everybody was working perpetual balance with each other and had just enough. The whole world can fit right there, damn near. You know what I'm saying? That's like families and these bloodlines that are controlling resources have been hoarding for 1,000 years. You got to get that out the way, and then the propaganda they control, the media.
Right.
People are scared from what they see. They watch it's too many frequencies, too many ways. What they call neuro-linguistic programming. So people get to start doing the internet, the spell on their mind. It's like you got to point in time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, well, that was a good point you said about all of humanity being.
So we're gonna end it right here. I'm gonna put my my link inside of the chat. So if you guys are over here on SL Davis Social Media News, which is over 200 people that is over here right now, I'm gonna put the link. So when you get off this live stream, you can redirect and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my live stream. So I'm going to put the live link to my channel, my second channel, inside of the chat. So it's right here. And as y'all leave out, make sure y'all hit the like button on your way out, please. Let's get the likes up. That'd be greatly appreciated. I also put it on SL Davis, Nutrition, Health, and All Media. I see y'all over there. I'm on my second channel, so the views over here are a little bit lower now because I'm on my second channel. So you guys got the link too because you're on my main channel. I put it inside of the chat, SL Davis Social Media News. So y'all stay blessed, and I love y'all, and I love y'all, and I love y'all, and I love y'all. And I will see you tomorrow. Stay blessed. I'm out. Mwah.